Life has a way of surprising us when we least expect it. Sometimes those surprises are small, a smile from a stranger, a message that changes your day. Other times, they appear in the brightest lights, in front of millions, leaving hearts racing and emotions running high. For Kelly Ripa, mornings have always been a stage, a place where laughter meets sincerity, where chaos meets charm, and where real life is shared with millions of viewers who feel like family. Yet recently, something shifted, something that had fans leaning in closer, wondering, feeling, and imagining what could be next for one of television's most beloved personalities. Kelly has always been fearless in her authenticity. From the earliest days of her career, she brought humor, honesty, and heart into every room. She has a way of connecting with people, not just as a host, but as someone who knows what it feels like to juggle the unexpected twists of life with style and grace. And that connection, that warmth, is exactly what makes her so magnetic. Recently, viewers noticed subtle changes, a thoughtful pause before a comment, a softer tone in her voice, a sparkle of reflection in her eyes. It wasn't overt, but to those who have followed her journey, it was unmistakable. Something was different, and it sparked curiosity, speculation, and conversation. Kelly chose to address these feelings with her signature blend of humor and honesty. She laughed at the idea that every tiny change in expression must mean a major shift in life. Yet beneath that laughter was an underlying truth. Life, as vibrant and full as it can be, is also a series of unexpected crossroads. Her co-hosts and colleagues noticed it too. They've worked alongside Kelly for years, sharing laughs, gentle teasing, and the occasional exasperated eye roll that comes from mornings filled with unpredictable moments. There's a rhythm in their partnership, a dance of personalities that feels effortless. And in these moments, when the cameras aren't rolling, the bond between them is unspoken yet profound. Kelly also opened up about her personal life, sharing glimpses of how Mark Consuelos, her husband, has been a steady anchor through both turbulent and joyful times. Their chemistry is unmistakable, a perfect mix of romance, friendship, and playful rivalry that fans adore. She recounted small anecdotes of their daily life, how Mark teases her about her morning routines, how she lovingly mocks his obsession with coffee, and how these little moments keep love alive amid a hectic schedule. There was a particular story that stood out. Kelly described an early morning when the entire household was chaotic, kids running, dogs barking, and a kitchen full of breakfast chaos. Mark, ever the steady hand, tried to calm the storm, while Kelly, in her usual witty fashion, turned the mayhem into a comedy sketch in real time. It wasn't just funny, it was emblematic of how they navigate life together. Laughter, support, and love intertwined seamlessly. But the pressures of daily television are unique. Even someone as experienced and composed as Kelly isn't immune to them. There are expectations, some internal, some external, that weigh heavily on anyone in her position. And while she has always approached her work with joy, there are times when reflection and evaluation become necessary. In her recent reflections, Kelly spoke about growth, not just professional growth, but personal evolution. She emphasized that true strength is not about never facing challenges, but about embracing them with honesty, grace, and a willingness to adapt. Life, she said, is a series of chapters, and sometimes the most exciting moments come from embracing change rather than resisting it. Fans listening to her words were struck by her vulnerability. Here was someone they've admired for years, sharing insights that many of them have felt but rarely voiced. It wasn't about fear or doubt, it was about awareness, about understanding that life is fluid and that it's okay to pause, reflect, and even make bold decisions when the heart guides you. Amid these serious reflections, Kelly's humor shone brightly. She joked about her on-air persona, how people expect her to be unshakable and endlessly energetic, and how occasionally she'd like to have a quiet morning where no one expects her to be perfect. These moments of levity reminded fans why they fell in love with her personality in the first place. She's relatable, approachable, and human. Her connection with Mark adds another layer of warmth. They aren't just co-parents, co-hosts, or partners. They are best friends who know how to make each other laugh, challenge each other, and support each other unconditionally. Kelly shared a funny anecdote about a recent weekend getaway, where Mark, attempting to be romantic, accidentally booked 2 rooms instead of 1. She laughed as she recalled how they navigated the situation, teasing each other with love and patience. It's these glimpses into their personal life that make her reflections not just relatable, but endearing. The audience, both in the studio and at home, felt this deeply. Laughter, tears, smiles, and sighs blended together as they connected with Kelly's honesty. This wasn't just television, it was a shared experience. A reminder that even those who appear confident and strong on screen face the same questions, uncertainties, and moments of introspection as anyone else. Kelly also reflected on the importance of community. She thanked viewers for their unwavering support, for growing alongside her, and for sharing in her journey. She acknowledged the messages of concern, encouragement, and love, emphasizing how deeply meaningful it is to know that people are paying attention, caring, and rooting for her. And in classic Kelly Ripa fashion, she balanced reflection with playfulness. She joked about what she might do if she ever decided to change directions, how she'd probably announce it accidentally in the middle of a story about breakfast pancakes or family pets. Her humor softened the intensity of the moment, making the audience feel like they were sharing a private smile with someone they've known for years. What emerges from this story is not tension or crisis, it's humanity. Kelly's journey reflects the real-life dance between responsibility, ambition, love, and self-awareness. She navigates the pressures of her career while cherishing the joy of family, the excitement of partnership, and the playful moments that make life memorable. As she concluded her reflections, Kelly emphasized one essential truth. Growth does not mean leaving the past behind. It means honoring what you've built, learning from experiences, and embracing opportunities with curiosity and courage. It's about understanding that life is a journey, not a checklist, and that authenticity and love will always guide the way. For viewers, the message is clear. Kelly Ripa is not just facing challenges, she is navigating them with grace, humor, and heart. She reminds us all that it's possible to embrace change, celebrate love, and find joy in the midst of uncertainty. And perhaps most importantly, she reminds us that life's most meaningful moments often arrive when we least expect them. So, as fans continue to watch, reflect, and share in Kelly's story, one thing stands out above all else. Her resilience, authenticity, and joy are timeless. Whatever comes next in her journey, she will meet it not with fear, but with laughter, love, and an unshakable connection to the people who have supported her all along. And in the end, isn't that what life is truly about? Love, laughter, growth, and the courage to keep moving forward. Together.